Hello, I'm Amy Blaylock. Welcome to City Hall this week. We now know what's included in the City Administration's proposed $386.7 million budget for next year. The preliminary spending plan includes a 1.29-cent tax increase on every $100 of assessed property value. That increase is needed to cover voter-approved debt service costs from previous bonds. It will also cover 16 police officers and 15 firefighters' salaries that have been paid for by now expired federal grants. So, what does this mean for you? The tax bill for the owner of a $150,000 home would rise by $19.35. Also included in the proposed budget is a $250,000 boost to the street resurfacing fund. That will increase the fund to $1 million for continued street improvements. The entire proposed budget is available on the city's website. Now that the city administration has outlined its plans for the 2014-2015 proposed budget, the City Council wants to hear from you. The second annual E-Town Hall will be held on Monday, June 2nd during the Council's regular meeting. The event will be moderated by WRAL anchor and reporter Ken Smith. It will be televised live on Durham Television Network and on the city's website. City Council members will answer questions submitted by residents regarding how tax dollars are allocated in the proposed budget and what the priorities are for the year ahead. There are several ways you can submit questions for the E-Town Hall: through email at etownhall@durhamnc.gov, through Facebook at facebook.com/cityofdurhamnc, on Twitter at twitter.com/cityofdurhamnc using hashtag DurhamETH, or post your video response to YouTube and send us the link. You can also submit your question or response through Durham One Call at 919-560-1200. The City Council has given its stamp of approval to a joint resolution with the county regarding affordable housing in future rail transit areas. The resolution includes the following guidelines: that 15% of housing located within a half mile of each transit station is affordable to households earning less than 60% of the area median income, that a housing needs assessment and plan should be completed and strategies developed for meeting that affordable housing goal, and that transit station and neighborhood transit center plans are prepared for compact neighborhoods. The resolution also calls for intensive community, nonprofit, and business input as part of the development of the housing needs assessment and plan. Residents and businesses in the area of East Club Boulevard and I-85 need to be aware of a construction project that will impact them over the next 6 months. The East Club Boulevard Bridge deck over I-85 is being replaced and is scheduled to be completed at the end of November. That means that the bridge will be closed and a detour will be in effect during that time. Currently, both northbound and southbound lanes of I-85 that run underneath the bridge are closed between 7 p.m. and 6 a.m. Monday through Sunday. Through traffic on East Club Boulevard will have to follow the detours until the bridge reopens. One of Durham's most popular outdoor public swimming pools will be closed for the summer because of safety concerns. Long Meadow Pool is part of Long Meadow Park in northeast central Durham.
Summertime and pools are synonymous with each other, and everyone looks forward to coming out into the parks and getting involved in the pool activities and all the other activities we have out there, which we do have the 2 fields out there that the Durham Bulls Youth Athletic League is practicing on and having their games on. And we have the basketball courts, we have the playground, and we still have all the open space there and various activities going on.
The city is closing the pool for the summer because of ongoing water infiltration into the pool's pump room.
We're having mechanical issues that equate to safety issues in our pump room. We have a leak that we've tried to identify several years now with general services and outside contractors and could not find it. The park is in a floodplain, and that could be the part of the major issues that we're having, and that is causing safety issues for staff and participants, and that wasn't an option.
The city will review all the public pools. The findings will be used to set priorities and to determine a timeline for addressing any problems.
They're going to be looking at all of our 3 outdoor pools and our 2 indoor pools and our 4 spray grounds, and we are hoping to have a final report from them by the end of the summer, going into the fall, and with specific recommendations, and we won't know until that's completed.
The city's other outdoor pools are located at Hillside and Forest Hills. Steps will be taken at those facilities to accommodate residents who use Long Meadow Pool.
We're extending the hours at the 2 outdoor pools so that we can accommodate the children and teens that like to go out and swim and families at those other pools, and we'll post those hours. And we also have the spray grounds, which are open. The spray grounds are at East End Park, at East End Park, Hillside Park. That one will be open when that pool opens. And we also have one at Edison Johnson, and we also have one at Forest Hills. And the spray grounds are open now.
Those facilities are accessible on the data bus routes. For more information, visit gotriangle.com and use the trip planner to plan your route. Answers to other questions about the pool closing can be found on the Parks and Recreation Department's homepage on the city's website. The City of Durham is continuing to support a review of Falls Lake. Find out why it's needed and how it's being done when City Hall This Week continues.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Ready or not, here I come.
Take time to be a dad today.
Daddy, I'm gonna find you.
Welcome back. The city is continuing to support a review of the Falls Lake Nutrient Management Strategy.
The Falls Lake Nutrient Management Strategy is a set of rules that was developed by the state to reduce the amount of nutrients that are going into Falls Lake. Those rules include the different source types, including new development, whether it be commercial or residential, includes built upon land like the downtown area that's been built up for many, many years. It includes agriculture, and it includes wastewater.
The goal of the strategy is to reduce the amount of algae that's in Falls Lake.
Right now, the amount of algae that's growing in the lake is considered excessive by the state. And algae are microscopic plants that naturally grow in water, be it lake or streams. There's just too much of it right now in Falls Lake. And so to distinguish between the goals and the strategy, the goal is actually to reduce the amount of algae in the lake. The strategy is the process that we use to do that, to reach that goal.
The strategy was based on the period between 2005 and 2007, a time featuring 2 significant droughts in this area. Because of that, the city and its partners in the Upper Neuse River Basin Association say the state's estimates on how much algae was growing were based on extreme weather and should be re-examined.
What has been done so far is a lot of scientific studies to evaluate the data that we already have collected, be it the City of Durham or the state, and to figure out how to leverage that data to design our future monitoring strategy. What will be done is the future monitoring, additional calculations, and the development of a new strategy that is hopefully something that is more economically effective and cost efficient.
In order to support field monitoring as a key component of this re-examination, the City Council adopted a resolution increasing Durham's contribution by $34,000 in 2015.
Field monitoring is the first step of a 3-step process that the state used to develop the existing strategy. The 3 steps were conducting field monitoring, performing calculations, and then actually determining what the strategy needed to be in order to meet the goal of having less algae in Falls Lake. So the field monitoring is the first necessary step in that 3-step paradigm that the state's already set. And the city and its partners are using that same paradigm to reevaluate the strategy.
A full year of field monitoring is not expected until 2015. Durham's Parks and Recreation's administrative office building is finally getting some much-needed repairs. The building is located at 400 Cleveland Street, and its roof has developed numerous leaks over the years. A $446,000 contract will allow the roof and the exterior stairs to be replaced, as well as the sealants at all doors and windows. Addressing these problems will extend the useful life of the building. The Durham Performing Arts Center celebrates a milestone, and one lucky guest got in on all the excitement. Find out how when City Hall This Week continues.
7,000 high school students drop out every school day. Let's catch them before it's too late. To start helping students in your community, visit boostup.org.
Welcome back. Sprint wireless customers in Durham can now send a text message to 911 for emergency help. Sprint is joining Verizon Wireless and AT&T and offering their Durham customers the ability to send text messages directly to the Emergency Communications Center. The center is the first in North Carolina, as well as one of the first in the nation to enable text to 911 technology. The Durham Performing Arts Center has just celebrated a milestone. Its 2 millionth guest was greeted in style on May 13th. On opening night of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Cheryl Pettiford of Raleigh was presented with a golden ticket, which was good for upgraded seats that evening. She also received a $1,000 credit to use on any upcoming DPAC shows throughout the year. Since opening in 2008, the center has presented over 530 hit Broadway performances, 180 concerts, and 60 celebrity comedians. That does it for City Hall this week. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And you can find us on demand on Durham Television Network's webpage and on YouTube. I'm Amy Blaylock. Thank you for joining us.